Alright.
Who's me?
You can hear this. You are not alone. This is the Resistance.
What's up, everyone? This is the Tin Man with the Resistance. If you're watching this, you are the Resistance. And Merry Christmas to everybody. I don't give a damn what nationality you are, what religion you are, what holidays you celebrate. You know, today is Christmas. Merry Christmas. And if it were Kwanzaa, I'd tell you Happy Kwanzaa, but it's not, so I digress. But Connor, you wanted a special roundtable tonight to celebrate this momentous occasion. You have got something special brewing around in the brain that you want to share with the world. And what better way to do it than on this joyous Christmas holiday?
Well, that's what I'm thinking, right? Everybody deserves a good present from time to time, but at least some good news.
Alright, well, what do you got for us, man? Let's unwrap this motherfucker.
Alright, we'll unwrap it. So, in essence, I know it's gotten under your skin, Tim, man, and you know, it's gotten under mine too, I just don't let off to it, right? That, you know, people like to copy us, things like that, right?
Yeah.
But see, they can't copy the ideas that we've never actually put out there for them to see or hear. Our private phone conversations, our backstage passes, you know, like we should almost start selling that, you know, the ability to come and have a conversation with us before we record this. Our backstage passes, all of that stuff. They don't have access to that. And there's ideas that have been going through my head for years and years and years. And now it's just time to appropriately implement one. We're working on the 2020 PSARS thing. That I already know that's going to continue going forward there. It's going to be like the next big thing.
Yeah.
But you're still wondering, right? Traveling pants. I talk about traveling pants, the sisterhood of the traveling pants. It was an idea of mine when I saw the book and saw the movie. I was like, wait a minute, maybe I could do something with this idea, which was quite legitimately a pair of pants that traveled everywhere. Well, what I'm doing here and now is I've decided that although the World Wide Resistance Network has never been established as a democracy and has been unfortunately led as a dictatorship, the best way for me to prove seriousness is to just legitimately step down. Not give up, not back away, but step down with everything that I do and make sure that somebody else can do it and that they have the power and authority to do so. See, you're still all in all of the sites, all the groups that I created back in the day, right, Tim Man?
Yeah, I pretty much run the due diligence and public relations and everything, but you've pretty much been the brains behind the curtain.
So what we're going to do here is you're going to remain within administrative powers. So literally, you can't do your job without the spokesperson, but the spokesperson can't do their job without you.
Yeah.
Without an appropriate marriage of the skill set, it's going to fail.
Okay.
Well, Alex Jones and the Info Warriors, they like to copy us, right?
Seems to have been the consensus.
Every good idea we've ever put out there, they followed through, right?
Yeah.
So, I'm going to do something that should have been done 2,800 years ago. When Jesus said he was the last, I believe that he was the last patriarchal prophet. In other words, without so many insulting words, Jesus was supposed to be the last man in charge.
Okay.
Therefore, it should have been a woman after him. I think Grandmaster Evan has a wealth of information that he can come up with later about Mary Magdalene and things of that nature.
Yeah.
But I've always said, if I was honest with myself, if I put a woman in charge right now, it may not change anything. But if I had a woman in charge 2,800 years ago, and it would have followed through with that kind of leadership, where would we be today? If we don't start somewhere, we'll never start at all. So if he wants to copy us, No problem. He's got people. I got people. He's got women. I got women. Let's watch Alex Jones step down. Let's watch Alex Jones pass the torch to a matriarch in order to push the cause forward.
That'll be his wife.
Let's see him copy us. If he wants to copy us, let's lead the resistance. Because who is John Connor? The leader of the worldwide resistance. But he is nobody.
Oh, what the hell is that noise?
What the hell?
In a movie.
Okay.
I don't know, there's TV. All have the background there.
There is a lot of background noise. Is there a truck passing somebody by?
Yeah, there was a motorcycle passing by.
Ah,
Oh,
motorcycle.
good. So, in
Inconsiderate
essence,
pricks.
my private call with her is I had to give her all the core stuff. I had to give her the real stuff. It's like I told her, I said, it's fun to do the fluff. It's fun to watch Mr. Giggles act the fool, and we, you know, so on and so forth, we carry on.
Yes.
But I gave her the core issues. I gave her the Talmud and the Zionism, and I gave her direction, and she's going to research that. Well, what's going to happen is she's going to develop an opinion of it.
Okay.
Right? I've already broken the law. I've broken the law in 2 countries now.
Awesome.
In both Canada and the United States, it is against the law to warn a woman about Zionism. They form of anti-Semitism. I broke that law tonight by warning Genevieve. It's up to her to research it and figure out what I'm trying to show her. She's going to develop her own opinion. I'm not going to coach her. She's going to do all of that thesis on her own.
Okay.
But when she comes out, I already know she's going to come out swinging.
Oh,
And
yeah.
she can't be censored, and she's going to have to be protected, not physically, but the videos, Tim Ann, if you see that the hate mail's coming into her, you disable comments, you know, things like that, right?
Yeah. Well, we do have that rule that we will not censor anybody, but there will be moderation and professionalism. You know, there's a fine line between free speech and harassment and bullying. And in retrospect to that, there's going to be no harassment, no bullying, none of that shit. There's going to be
That's
a zero tolerance. There's going to be,
We're-
if you want to have your voice, be mindful of what you say and how you say it, because bullying and harassment of any nature will not be tolerated. 'Cause I deal with this kind of shit at work all the time, and I want to fucking bash a motherfucker's face in. You know, I've mentioned this before about the fucking religious bigot who bashes on homosexuals.
Tim Ann reads my hate mail. That's like, when we started together, I stopped paying attention. He reads my hate mail. When I say something stupid and they email him, he reads it. Very rarely does that trickle down to me where, unless it's actually a good opinion, where it's like, oh shit, you actually need to talk to Mark. Okay, here you go. This is the guy you're trying to talk to. Then it's different. But he filters all that for us. We really don't know exactly what Tim Ann does for us. We do, but we don't. Right? Like, we're on a channel that has 6,000 subscribers. Right? Purely by putting her as the figurehead, the subscribers are going to go up. They're going to want to hear what she has to say. Then, when people figure out why we did what we did, they're really going to want to see what happens.
Oh, yeah.
And we're not going to have a choice. It's like you're going to be able to discuss it. At some point or another, we have to make a documentary.
Yeah.
We have content upon content. YouTube is full. Our own personal videos is full. Everything. We just got to splice it all together and make it work good and make a 2.5-hour documentary. And if done right, it becomes the zeitgeist of the day.
Yeah, and you've already seen my previous documentary when I freaking went off on YRB. It's just finding the appropriate subject content and even figuring out who should be the host of that. Whether it's going to be myself, Grandmaster Ribbon, or even you.
Well, I can narrate stuff and I can have fun with stuff. I'm still going to be involved. But But what we want to do with her now is we gotta add her. Well, she probably, I don't know. Do you have the alias account?
No. But I will. I can make one.
Yeah, make one, send it to Tin Man, and then he's gonna add that alias account into the groups that we control, and he's gonna make you an administrator in those groups.
Yeah.
And you express yourself freely within those. And then the videos will pump out. And it's like I said, I spoke to her about the calendar. The reason why I pitched the calendar idea, I know you guys don't even know why I do what I do sometimes. It's okay. I pitched the calendar idea not because I wanted to see her naked, not because I wanted to, no. In order to appropriately figure out whether or not I'm dealing with a woman that I can talk to and deal with properly, and to see whether or not I can take that on in the combat hand. The best way for me to figure it out was, you guys remember when I made that video? Nigga, now I said it, right?
Yeah,
After I've already said it 50 million times.
Yeah. Well, I've done the same thing with Genevieve. I approached her with an extremely sexually taboo idea, and I gauged how she responded to it. It tells me that when people come to her with other ideas, she's going to respond in a very specific way, which is the way I want her to respond. I don't have to teach her this response, she just has it. So this is important for me because people are going to come to her with stupid shit. People are going to want to try and get in her pants. People are going to try and do all sorts of nonsense with messages just because she's a pretty lady. But at the flip side of the same coin, if she chooses to go forward with the calendar idea, they get to have the calendar of the leader of the Worldwide Resistance Network. Now that calendar is worth something.
Yeah.
So there's a lot to it. It's an idea that I don't care if it gets thrown in the fucking water, but it's also an idea that if it gets pushed forward, then may as well give that idea as much physical power as possible. If we're going to have fun on the nights that we have fun, and we're going to treat her like her own personal little pin-up girl, and she's going to smile and bear with our bullshit, then you're damn right, she's the one that's going to be in charge.
Yeah. So are you putting her one? Are you saying that you are 100% stepping down as John Connor, and she is taking over as the full-on leader of the resistance?
Hold on, man. If you can, I can't get back into my John Connor account, but if you still have access, because I think I gave you the passwords and stuff.
You did.
But if you can access it and it works, fire it her way. They'll never see it coming. The very few people that will actually watch this video will be the only people that know. And all of a sudden, John Connor's going to come to life, and bada bing, bada boom, they're not going to know what happened. And now she's finding videos, and when she finds videos that upset her, she's going to want the world to know. She's going to want to share them. She's going to want to share them somewhere. Right? Well, the John Connor Facebook account is part of about 200 groups, if I'm not mistaken, damn near. Some of those groups have 1 million members in them.
Yeah.
You want to expand your reach? I think you've looked into it. You've seen what's what. The reach is fucking impeccable. It's what I created. It's what I did. But it's like I told you again, I never intended to keep it.
Yeah.
I wanted to make a change. You guys, man, you guys want to be the change.
Yeah. That's
the most paramount thing.
Are you completely stepping out of the limelight entirely? Like, are you gonna stop making videos, or are we still?
I'm still gonna make videos, but I'm gonna take my orders just like everybody else.
Okay.
We're gonna lead by example with this one, right? Like, and I honestly think, like, because I have about 100 and some videos, that's reasonable content. That's enough.
Yeah.
Right.
And will you be maintaining the name of John Connor, or will you be, or will it now be Jen Connor?
Oh, that comes up to her. She can go to Facebook and change the name and keep the friends.
Yeah. Well, I'm talking about you personally. Are you going to change your alias?
Oh, no, I'm going in a different direction. I'm not going to alias at all. I'm going to put my money where my mouth is. I'm going to use my face and my real name. And when it comes time to charge somebody, well, come and get me. one of us has to. One of us has to do that one thing, you know, like Mark Emery did it with marijuana and so on and so forth. If it's worth fighting for, then it's worth putting your face behind it. At the end of the day, if we do manage to get anything put together like Amnesty International or the Red Cross or anything like that, it's going to have to go under a real name. It's going to have to be a real organization. It's going to have to be
Yeah.
right? And that's about like give or take like fuck almost $5,000. $5,000 give or take to put it together. It's going to cost about $1,800 for the lawyers to put the paperwork together. About another $2,000 just to make sure all the right paperwork was acquired, and then you need flat tire $1,000 just in case, and if it doesn't get used, then we throw a party. But
Right.
like,
Oh God.
I think a really awesome thing would be I can't cross the border. I can't. Otherwise, I would have went to you guys a long time ago. But you all should try to come to Canada. Try to come to Montreal, Canada. We'll meet up somewhere. We'll do a round table all face to face together. We'll record that. By recording that, people will be like, oh my God, these guys actually displaced. They actually met up in real life. They look at this, It's exactly how Anonymous started. It's the grassroots. You always got to start at the very, very, very beginning.
That's why when I traveled across country, one of the first things I did before even stopping at my final destination, went and paid Conspiracy Anonymous a visit. Met him face to face, shook his fucking hand.
You guys scared him, man. He didn't think that TWRN had the power to reach out.
Yeah, I think we did because he dropped off the face of the earth soon after that. He's like, oh shit, what am I dealing with? And if he does see this, man, I miss you, brother. Love you, brother. Hope you're doing well.
Oh, come back, my friend. We've always loved him. Unfortunately, it's spooky, man. Like, you gotta remember, the internet's the internet. It's a video game to a lot of people.
Yep.
Right? And the video game shows up at someone's front door, and we may have had to believe that only Anonymous did that, but, you know what I mean?
Right. But man, listen, show up at your door. Oh, shit, what did I get myself into?
Yeah, no, dude, what kind of terrorist organization am I dealing with? And yeah, so we're gonna explode. I think JJ is gonna pull us into a direction that no one's ever seen before. She knows though. She knows the secrets now. So nobody's gonna be able to lie to her about who's responsible for the war, what war we're in. She's got some information she's got to look into. She's got to develop her own opinion.
Oh yeah.
I can't wait to hear it personally. But I've honestly said enough. What's important is that I've officially passed the torch on to Genevieve. So it's up to her now what the next moves are going to be, what the next projects are going to be. Like in essence, what Tin Man does with me is he pretty well just asks me what topic I'm covering, and I tell him what topic, and then he tries when and where he can to complement that topic with a video or two of his. If the three of us work with her, she presents a topic, and then we all give a 5-minute, 10-minute rebuttal to her topic. It gives her the ability to move on with the next video with ease.
Yeah. And as far as the
Right,
public
and you can
relations
splice all that in.
yeah, and as far as the public relations go, I've got an announcement as well. Grandmaster and I have been discussing this. He is, as he already pointed out, he is affiliated himself 100% with TWBRN. And we are working to finally launch the radio show with him as the headline host.
Fucking A, buddy. That's what I'm talking about, man. See, we got new leadership. We got a new medium of information, right? The public relations guy has got new ideas. Like this is what has to happen. It's going to be like a rebirth. You're going to bring in new viewers, Grandmaster. You're going to bring in new viewers and new people, right? Genevieve is going to bring an entirely different crowd. She has friends of her own that are going to be interested in what she's doing. This roundtable may grow by one or two more people. Like if Grandmaster Rever brings one friend in, and Tim brings one friend in, and she brings one friend in, I don't really have very many friends that are interested in this right now. But I'm doing it all on my own. Like
It will grow gradually, man.
Gradually and organically.
Gradually.
Right?
more.
I say I have no friends, but I started alone, and here's the four of us back today. You know what I mean? That's a
Yeah.
huge accomplishment.
It is.
Huge,
So
man.
there's a lot left. There's so much left. Like, man, there's just so much left to do, and not enough time to do it.
Well, the work, unfortunately, the work may never be finished. Wherever humanity exists, there is always going to be somebody who wishes to tip the scales in favor of darkness. And that is where we step in. One of my biggest philosophies in life, and I don't know who originally said it, but I originally heard it off of Castlevania Symphony of the Night. The only means necessary for evil to triumph is for good men to do nothing. And in this instance, good men and women have made effective change the world over. And that is where we are now, is the next step in the fight to maintain the balance and to keep the evil forces at bay.
Exactly. Well, if the counterculture isn't appropriately put together, and if it's not presented to the people soon, Alex Jones is going to become mainstream media, and no one's going to question it.
Yep. He already is, I think. You know, he's so fucking cliche and, quote, right-wing. He used to be considered independent, but now he is very much openly admitted that he is a pro-right platform.
Oh, exactly.
Instead
There
of
was-
being an
right.
independent activist.
I can agree with that. Big time. I mean,
We need somebody to go into the colleges. We got to find a political science student that wants to be president and make it happen.
You know what? That's not a bad idea, you know. There's plenty of
So, ever watch The
universities around here.
Godfather?
oh
I
yeah,
love The Godfather.
that
Yeah.
that is my favorite movie of all time.
We're one step away from finding somebody who we want to be president and have enough money to put him there.
Yeah.
That's probably the most famous line I'll ever remember from The Godfather.
You
But
know, maybe that's an
what-
idea to throw out as well, you know, maybe take these
Well, what we need-
donations
what we need
and
is to establish
account revenue
scholarships.
and put that into a political candidate that we actually would want
There-
in this candidate.
There is one thing that my dad taught me, and it was from a scene from The Godfather. Do not let anyone know what you're thinking.
Never let anybody outside the family know what you're thinking.
Yep.
Hence why I played what I was trying to do, was going to be very close to the chest. I didn't want, at first I want anybody to know. But then I had to go to each individual person and talk to them, and then I had to make a choice. It's hard working and operating like that. You got to keep it close to the chest because you got people like fucking InfoWars out there just gobbling up every single little idea that hits the table.
If he steps
I
up
can't
as
believe
if he steps down and his Rainbow Snatch or somebody steps forward as a female front
Who do
runner,
you
then
think wins this
we know he's fucking vintage copying. And
Oh, yeah.
and the sad thing is, I think he could probably get away with it because he's getting up there in years. You know, it's like, oh, hey, it's time for me to retire. I'm gonna go have sex
he
with my
pulled a
goblin
retirement
wife and
clause.
goblin vomit.
We're almost the same
Oh,
age.
yeah.
Talking about gay frogs.
We're almost the
And
same
he
age.
pulled a retirement clause. He'd be doing something like that. You'd have to. He wouldn't be able to say that he took his orders from the resistance. He'd have to make it was his own idea. And in all honesty, when you pay attention to the stuff out there on YouTube, like, Anonymous isn't dead. They'll always be there. They'll always be observing. They'll always be watching.
Yeah, I
But
mean,
right now,
they
they're not
focused only
extremely
on the
hands-on.
pedophiles. They focus primarily on the pedophile. They've taken so many pedophile sites down, exposed so many high level people as pedophiles. I mean, they've done incredible work just in this past year alone. Anonymous is not.
17,000. 17,000 down.
Yeah, I mean
This
that's
year alone.
You're
that's
doing the angels' work.
yeah.
All in 2
Anonymous is anything but dead. They have just focus their attention into a particular area that they are extremely passionate about, and they're getting it done, just like they did with the Million Mask March when that first kicked off, with Scientology.
Mm-hmm.
Hell, with Have a Hotel!
So now I gotta talk to a leader for a second here because we brought up something important here. Who is anonymous targeting?
Pedophiles.
And we live in a society that does not like what?
Pedophiles.
And how many of us in this room know that there's a religion that condones what?
Pedophilia.
Do you guys know it yet? Have you guys done the research I asked you to do?
Oh, yes.
The Catholic Church, in a big way.
Catholic Church, Zionism.
Yes.
Catholic Church has no written doctrine that promotes it.
No, they have no
They
written
just kind of
doctrine.
turn
They
the blind
don't-
eye.
they don't.
Humans
It's an
involved.
unspoken.
They don't, but they have priests who
Oh, I'm not denying that.
rather follow their soul-facing bullshit, they end up deciding to follow the altar boys.
Yeah.
The little voice.
Yeah, I mean,
No,
that
I'm not
happened,
denying
but
that
there
it
is no
happened.
official canon that says pedophilia is okay.
That's right. Zionism holds religious texts that condone pedophilia.
I.e., the Babylonian Talmud. It is okay to have sex with a child up to the age of 3 because her, quote, hymen will be restored.
And that's only one disgusting verse found in that ludicrously large book that I think has 36 fucking volumes to it.
Yep.
Oh,
Burn your children, rape your children, eat your children.
I say burn the book.
Well, yeah, but that's what Hitler did. He burnt the Talmud alongside with pornos, and they told us, okay, Hitler burnt the Talmud beside gay porn, and they told us he was burning Bibles, bro.
Yep.
Just like when the Americans were getting ready to do the Quran burnings, and then they decided not to do it, and then they wanted to do it, decided not to do it. Right? It's all of a sudden it would. Go ahead, speak.
the Talmud has 63 trick tats and is over 6,200 pages long.
This woman knows her shit! Thank you, honey, thank you. You have just proven yourself to be a woman of knowledge. You have just shown the people that you know what the fuck you were talking about. It didn't. You have just confirmed what Connor had said all along. I'm sorry. Should we now call you by your real name? Mark? Mark said it. You have confirmed it. You know your fucking shit. You have done your fucking homework. You have just proved it to the world, honey.
And all she had to do is click one button.
Yeah, one button. I salute you. You fucking first ball pitched at you. You hit it out of the fucking park.
She was trained by the best, buddy. You're the one that got her ready. You're the one that made her TWWN prepared. When I brought the information to her, she didn't think I was something foolish. She honestly examined it. She now knows the dilemma. And that's what it has to be. It has to be a dilemma. We cannot be a group of people filled with hatred. As we research the stuff, it's not going to be pleasant. But we have to be fair. We can't say bomb-nosed raghead and not even ask questions about Israel. That's bad. That's bad fucking juju, man.
And we can't
And I'm
blame
not saying that
that.
because there's two of them.
And we can't say that the citizens of Israel are the problem when it's really the governmental bodies and the powers that be behind the scenes.
I don't know
That's like
if
saying
I
that
can
all
agree with that
Muslims-
statement.
Well, unfortunately, that's
I don't know
like
if I can
all-
agree.
Yeah, that's like saying that all Muslims are terrorists, you know, that, or that all Catholics are pedophiles.
No, I know what I'm about to say is going to sound very anti-Semitic and very bigoted. I get it. But there's a reason why the Jews of the world are not moving to Israel. Some are, and some are not.
Because they see through the
Because
bullshit.
those that are moving are fair to be classified as enemies. Those
Yeah.
that are not have chosen to not be part of it.
Yeah. And
I've never
unfortunately,
seen
there
I've
are
never
a
seen a
small third
line
party
drawn
that
in the
are
sand so
ignorant.
clearly.
Yeah, and
But
there,
I've never seen a line drawn in the sand so clearly. Do you understand what I'm getting at here? It's like saying all white people in Canada hate black people.
yeah.
So all the white people in the States don't hate black people. That's why they don't move to Canada. The line in the sand is so goddamn thin. So if you're for the Talmud, because you got to remember, the Talmud is Israeli law, just like the Bible is Christian law, right? And the Quran
Quran
is
is
Islamic
Islamic
law.
law.
When you're in the countries of Islam, you adhere to Islamic law. When you're in Christian nations, you adhere to Christian law. The Talmud is Israeli law. So when you're in Israel, you adhere to Israeli law.
Yep.
The more you figure out about the Talmud, the more you're going to realize, wait a minute, the citizens of Israel have openly chosen to live there?
Yeah.
I don't like where the train of thought goes. The train of thought goes exactly where we were fucking in the 1940s.
Blind
But
ignorance.
guys,
Yeah.
I take the lead on this conversation only because I didn't make my video about it earlier. But what was Donald Trump and a few other nations just getting ready to do? I had this conversation with Genevieve earlier, so she knows which direction I'm taking the conversation here. But what did he just finish trying to do? I'll let her answer.
That's what I'm doing.
Put an Israeli embassy in the Palestinian region, and they're going to if that happens, they're going to attack, and that gives an excuse.
Raw deal.
Yeah,
So
that's why they recognize. That's why there's such a fuss in the UN about Trump recognizing Israel as a quote state, or not Israel, but fucking Jerusalem as Israel's state capital.
exactly. See, in essence, I'm gonna bust it down in layman terms for those that are watching. Okay, I live in Canada. You guys live in the States. There's a country called Mexico right beside you, right?
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
Canada. Fuck all you guys. I'm gonna bring my Mexican embassy. I'm gonna stick it in the United States. Well, fuck you, Mark. You put your goddamn Mexican embassy in fucking Mexico where it belongs. No. Fuck you, America. I'm putting my embassy in the United States. Stop me.
Yeah.
That's what Donald Trump has done with the Palestinian territory of Jerusalem. The United States is putting the Israeli fucking embassy in Palestinian territory. Why? So the Palestinians attack the fucking embassy.
Yep.
What's going to happen if you attack the American embassy?
Oh, look, the terrorist! The terrorist!
Blast.
Terrorist!
No, Donald Trump wants to play big ball. Donald Trump wants to play big balls. We already know that. Moab, remember? Did we already forget?
Oh,
Mother of all bombs.
They destroyed a bunker inside of a goddamn mountain, guys.
Yep.
Trump wants to play ball. He needs the American embassy to be attacked. He needs to be attacked hard and heavy. And he's going to turn the Middle East into glass. He's going to say, fuck them all, let God sort them out.
Nope.
It's like I told you again, it's not about making America great again as in a great place to live. It's about making America great again, like a great empire, a great power, a formidable force. It has nothing to do about your guys' lifestyle.
Yeah.
Never have been. Never.
The wall was never real. I'm Canadian, I knew that. The wall was allegorical speaking for border control.
Yeah.
Laws.
They can propose
and
all these
regulation.
freaking blueprints that they was like, oh, here's idea 1, 2, 3, and 4. It's like, okay. Until I see it, I ain't gonna believe it.
It cost Trump $10 million of his personal money to put those blueprints together. Come on now.
Yeah. And anybody can throw together a fucking blueprint, but until I fucking see it, until you actually got Mexico to pay for it, I ain't fucking buying the bullshit. And I ain't fucking pay for it.
Mexico's gonna pay for it and they're gonna laugh at it. Have you not seen the video of the Mexican president laughing at Donald Trump? He says, we'll build the wall, but you forgot 75% of your immigration problem comes in through planes.
Actually, it's 40%. But yeah,
Well,
you get 40% through airplanes, and I believe a little under 10% by sea.
Mm-hmm. So that's about 50% that can't be stopped.
Yeah.
Right? And really, and I know it's probably the most racist thing a person says about them, but when they do come over, dude, they take the most menial jobs out there. Some of them are really fucking good.
Yeah.
My grandparents came here during the war,
Yeah.
during World War II, and
Sorry, my bad.
they had a little store in Texas for a while.
Yeah.
And
But what I was getting at is that they take the menial jobs. They don't try to hurt the economy.
No.
I mean, some do.
So-
I mean, I had people who were freaking supervisors who were illegals and not on a tax bracket and couldn't even speak a lick of fucking English. I mean, and these were supervisors in the field of electricians. You know,
Nice.
back when we had the economic boom and we're building all those houses, we had supervisors and foremen who couldn't speak a lick of fucking English, and you had these American
Yeah,
workers
but
going,
that's
what the fuck is he talking about?
Yeah, but that's a tried, tested, and true formula that works for the United States. Just the last time you guys implemented it, it was with the Italians.
Yeah.
With the Italian immigrants.
I had the apartments that I live in. They just recently got painted, and one of the workers, he was on my balcony, and I asked him what he was doing, and he didn't understand me. So what I did was I got a translator on my phone, and I talked to him through that.
Yeah.
Now, if more people were to make that effort to actually talk to them, there wouldn't be any
Bring forward
problems.
the human element.
Yeah.
Enter human element.
Mm-hmm.
Sidebar. I won't even joke. The girl that I'm trying to see and I'm trying to have a good time with and just kind of relax and enjoy life with. I didn't meet her on any online website. I literally got on a train and I met this girl. And I just talked to her, just like I did in high school. I literally just spoke to her. Like, I picked her up old school, caught her way out of left field. She had no fucking idea what to do with that. And it's the same thing. When you put in the quote-unquote human element, people don't know what to do with it anymore.
Yeah.
It just takes a smidgen of compassion in order to make things work. I mean, it's literally a sliver. As long as you have that sliver of compassion in you, you can change the world.
Yeah. That's what we're trying to do.
Mm-hmm.
But we need different directions and extreme directions and directions that maybe people don't want to take, maybe they haven't thought of them yet. You know, like the thing about one of my motivational speeches that I listen to over and over again, it says that if people knew better than you, they'd do better than you. You know, if they knew more, they'd do more. And if you don't talk, and the biggest thing about quote unquote intelligent people, we all assume that everybody's just up to speed.
Yeah.
I just assumed that my thought process is easy for everybody to understand.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like, and I swear a lot. I was in college. I got a 98% on my aptitude exam. Like, they couldn't refuse me. They're just like, you're too intelligent for me to not let you come here. And I had a hard time because the curriculums were slow and so on and so forth. He told me, he's like, have you been diagnosed with anything? I'm like, yeah, I'm bipolar. He's like, that makes sense. He goes, people diagnosed with psychiatric illnesses tend to be more intelligent than the curve. He's like, you're bored in class. I was like, I was bored in class in high school. I was supposed to be stimulated in college. He's like, yeah, no, that's not how that works.
No, it's not.
Right? So,
The only time you get stimulated
yeah,
is in the bedroom.
pretty much.
If
That's
you're
why-
stimulated in the classroom, you have a low intelligent level and are either a student trying to get a passing grade or a really horny teacher.
Man, stimulated in a bedroom is fucking hard enough these days. Like,
It is, because everyone has these specific things.
yeah, just try to be a straight guy, man. Just try to be a straight dude. and not have women wanting the 50 Shades of Grey. You know, like literally, I looked at one chick and I was like, I don't get me wrong, I have as much fun as I want in the bedroom with it, but not at the expense of welts and fucking hickeys all over the goddamn place.
Mm-hmm.
I look at
You
it,
know?
women go, oh, I love 50 Shades of Grey. I'm like, let me show you some shit. 50 Shades of Grey ain't got nothing. Okay?
Well, I don't know
You want
what
to say
you
that's
never
fucking porno? Fuck you. Go to Pornhub. I'll show you some shit.
you know, just call that a porno, just bring me a Canadian Tire, man. They got some nylon rope, we're fine.
Oh, yeah.
But like, but like, it's just, I don't
Give me
know,
some
man.
handcuffs and a
It's
Hitachi. I'll show you a good time.
Honestly,
well, that's the thing.
to be honest, I found 50 Shades of Grey boring. It really was. It was boring to me.
Now you know
It's a
why I
rich
wanted to
boy
marry
throwing
this
a
woman.
temper tantrum. It's a rich boy throwing a temper tantrum with a fucking underage, not underage, but a young woman.
Mm-hmm.
Some girls fucking love that, and others, man, they burn their bras for a reason.
Mm-hmm. But
Yep.
honestly,
I don't.
I have one child. I don't need another one trapped in a man's body. I really don't.
Right.
No, no.
Shit, no.
It's like I told one of my friends. It's like you need a teammate, not a responsibility,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
There's a
right?
philosophy, getting married is not about finding somebody to live with. It's about finding somebody you can't live without.
Mm-hmm.
Well, exactly. And that's the point, man. That will always be it, but I'm a hopeless romantic, so that's always how I believe it is. You know, if I could fill a room with fucking 17 dozen roses, I'm good.
Yeah.
Like
Oh.
Yeah, we just got to remember that
that's
there is a tomorrow after happily ever after.
after what's going down tomorrow after happily ever after.
I said, just remember there is always a tomorrow after happily ever after.
Yeah,
Oh fuck.
it ain't pretty.
The tequila normally keeps that one in the haze.
Well,
And you wonder why I'm a drunk.
the tomorrow after happily ever after is filled with nothing but spit up on your clothes and poopy diapers. It's not pretty. Nor is it fun.
Oh, exactly. You just gotta be, I guess one would call it responsible.
It's okay. Look at my two little turds. My two little rangers.
Yeah. But yeah, so
My
I
nephews,
guess
my
that's
boys,
the
I
big
love them. I'll beat
announcement.
them.
And now I need a target. We need to put something together there. You gotta thinking about putting something against Infowars there. I don't know.
Well, let's not talk about that one publicly. But we pretty much
Oh,
made the
I
announcement.
say we do something that I say we do something that not even Alex Jones, Infowars would ever even attempt to do.
you know, a blue-blooded criminal, man. That's a huge fucking list.
The wheels in my
Yeah,
head go
like,
round and round, round and round, round and round.
We need that hyperactive squirrel on that wheel right about now. You know what I'm
yeah, like I can get stupid about it. Like I don't know, man. It's like I said, I was a blue-blooded. There's a reason
I heard
why
squirrels and
a lot
Alex
of good.
Jones. What the hell is going on?
Oh shit, Mr. Giggles, calm down.
Get back in your cage.
Okay.
Dude, okay, how hard? Okay, I don't know the states well enough. How hard is it to get Mr. Giggles outside of Infowars' fucking head office?
Buy a clown mask at Walmart and send one of our people who actually lives in that area off it. Yeah, that's easy enough.
So yeah, it's not that hard.
Yeah, I can transfer
Do
personalities.
we have?
I jump from body to body. That's what
It's
people
very
don't know
easy.
about me. As I am not
Okay,
an actual person. I am just an idea.
an idea.
Especially since
So
Tin Man and Giggles are pretty close to where InfoWars gets a lot of their information.
there we go. That's gonna be odd. You know, we gotta get like I don't know. We gotta get Mr. Giggles to hit on Rainbow Snatch something or something on the way into the fucking building.
I did that, and you know what? I kind of got in a lot of trouble for that.
What did you get it on video?
No, I didn't get it on video because I actually had an extension cord and the extension cord wouldn't reach.
I
Mr.
think
Giggles, this is why I don't give you any
I kind of
information.
used the extension cord to wrap around Alex Jones's neck. You know, let's just leave it at that. You know, there was a reason he had a black eye the next
I
time.
may have an idea. I may have an idea for Mr. Giggles setting a boxed full a Wi-Fi controlled dildo for Riddle
I
Mustache.
got it. We just mail a Mr. Giggles mask to InfoWars. We mail it directly to him.
Yeah. Let's do it.
Yeah.
How much can that cost? Like, what's the cost for that? Like, I'm broke. I got no money, but that mask can't be that expensive.
The
It
mask
can
would
be fine. Get
obviously
it on
about like
Wish.
maybe $10 in shipping would probably be whatever the fuck it is.
Yeah, so
If you buy it on
Box.
eBay or like Amazon, you could gift it to a person. So if we could actually find his actual address, or even the address of the InfoWars studio, and address it to him, we can have it sent there easy as fucking pie. More often than not, you can find free shipping.
if you're saying that you can get it for 10, and Jeff thinks we can get it for 5, if we make the budget $15 no more, get a mask to his house and a mask to the office.
Yeah. I'll do that this weekend. I gotta wait till Tim Man gets his check, but yeah.
Yeah, we'll figure out what's possible there, Mr. Giggles. But so that's a good way to send a message. You know, something as simple as
That mask
printing
is
off a
fucking
couple of
hot.
stickers. Something as simple as
with a note that says, "We're here." Courtesy TWWRN.
TWRN said the Worldwide Resistance sends its love.
what you do is you say John Connor sent me care of TWWRN.
Nice.
Oh,
There you
it
go.
would actually be
Right,
Jen Connor now.
That would be brilliant.
Go Jen Connor. And well, actually, no. If you want to stay true to the ideological construct, I know we're not married, girl. It's all fun and games, but she would unfortunately have to be Catherine Brewster. Yeah, she has to be
Kate Brewster.
Yeah.
Okay.
And yeah, like that would be the name. She can pick whatever name she wants, but if you want to stay ideologically correct, and I picked John Connor because I like Terminator. You can pick the heroine that you like in your fantasy movie that you know by heart. But you know what I mean? It was the
Catwoman.
idea of Catwoman. There you go. She can be the Catwoman. It doesn't matter what she is, as long as she understands how she's teaching.
Yep.
It's easy for me to be John Connor and teaching in a very militaristic style. She wants to teach like Catwoman would teach. That would be a different angle. It's a different approach. It's not me anymore. It's completely separate.
With the Catwoman approach is more of a aggressive sexual angle.
Sophisticated.
I like it.
Yes, it's tender yet sophisticated, and don't mess around though, because she might just cut a bitch.
Well, shit. I mean, we got John Connor, we've got Tin Man, and we've got Catwoman.
Yeah, and Grandmaster Revan. Well,
All heroes from varying stories.
yep. From
But
different
all for
fantasy
the
realms.
correct purposes.
Yeah.
That's right. It was a way to. It's a way for us to hide our brain. It's all it is. We all have something that we like to watch, that we like to read. And that's what we immerse ourselves into. So when we start pulling away morals from stories and things like that, you know, like I lost all my fucking comics. I lost everything. I was so pissed.
Oh, I know. I know what you mean.
I had Terminator comics where like one of the Terminators came up to John Connor and they're like, why? He looks at them and he's like, why are the humans doing so bad? Like, don't they know dogs? You know, don't they know the dogs will protect them? And at this point, humans were eating dogs. And John was like, don't they know that the dogs can save them? And the Terminator grabs John by the back of his jacket, picks him up and stands him on his feet and says, you're going to teach them.
Are you talking about the Terminator Infinity series?
Yes. Yeah. Right. Right. So I've
Uncle
always considered Paul Connor
Bob!
at the very
His name
Uncle
is Uncle
Bob.
Bob!
That's I when my ex last threw me out, dude. You know the armband you sent me?
Mm-hmm.
I lost that, man. My anonymous suit, everything. I lost all of it. I got on that train that day when we were talking.
With
I
just
got
the
on
clothes
that
on your
train.
back and a few suitcases. I know exactly what you mean. Everything I have is what I've accumulated since I've been here. Everything else started with one fucking backpack and my video camera. That was it.
We're paddling the same boat there.
Yeah, I've been where you presently are, and you can do it, man.
Oh no, dude, I won't lie, man. I'm okay. I
And once everything gets
everybody's
yeah.
everybody's failed in their life. Everybody's made mistakes. But it's like I looked at my buddy there when he helped me out and took me in. I I looked at him and I said, I have never failed with such success.
Yep.
Right? I live in a very safe, very proper part of town. You know, I live with my buddy and his son. You know, it's literally 2.5 men up in here.
Yeah,
Right? Like so
you've hit
we have a good
bottom, but
time.
in order to
I
succeed, you just need a small foundation in which to build.
well yeah, well I landed here and I was kind of panicking, right? My buddy looked like he gave the order. He's just like, oh man, he's like, you're on vacation. He says you do nothing until January. It's like comes January 2nd, he says you start to, get your resumes, get your networking, put it together, get out there, get a job, do what you got to do, and then me and him have side projects that we'd like to put together as individuals. This is
Yeah.
also like I have to become successful. What I need to do, what I want to do, is I want to make the Worldwide Resistance Network internationally recognized. I don't want it to be a YouTube thing anymore.
You
But
want it
it
to grow
needs
beyond
money.
that. You want it to be a
Right,
commonplace ideology like Anonymous, and it
right.
deserves it.
Just like
Deserves to be.
uh, just like I created a platform and now here we are using it. I want to create something else and then put us on that.
Well, I'm
Right? Like
thinking
and this
that there should be conversations had in private discussing ways to really make an impact in this world, not necessarily in a negative fashion like Black Lives Matter or Antifa or any of that, but make
zero point free energy.
equally powerful statements on a positive spectrum.
Mhm.
0 point free energy.
Yeah.
That is a positive statement. That gives electricity to everybody in the world. That's a reasonable cause. There's other things similar like that. Releasing Tesla technology in
Yeah.
order to put 0 point technology available to the world. That becomes a we.
Yeah.
I want to kill the 13 families as much as the next motherfucker, but unless you bring me 500 shooters and 500 spotters, we're not going to do anything. Because unless they die all within the same 60 minutes, no one's going to care.
Yep. And
You got
even if it's one shooter, the problem is with one shooter, once they start dying off, somebody's gonna know something's up. One family gets killed. Okay, that might be an isolated incident. Two of them gets
no, no within
killed. That's highly
with,
questionable. They're gonna start fucking relocating.
no within 60 minutes.
Yeah.
Each and every we're talking the heads, the two people under them, and the fucking 18 people under those people.
Yep.
Okay.
You'd have to kill.
Seriously, 13 times 10 is only 130 people. If I said that it was times 20, you're looking at what is it, fucking 260 people? 260 people run the fucking world. Are you kidding me? Give me 500 shooters, 500 spotters, and kill them all.
Yeah.
And do it within 60 minutes. If we can't do that, then we need a peaceful solution.
Yeah. And realistically, we can't pull that off.
No, we
I'm
can't
not
pull that
gonna
off.
lie. I would very much like to pull that off, but it's just not practical.
Oh, I think we all would, but you just said it out loud. It's not practical. It's a great thought, and if we're not smart about it, we'll get lost within that thought, and then we become what?
enemy.
homegrown lone wolf terrorists,
Yep, and we
we
just become a
end up hurting our own
statistic and
country.
facilitating their agenda.
Their agenda is fear. Without the fear, they can't move forward.
Yep. The only fear that
we're
needs to
just
be
not afraid of
implemented
them.
is putting fear into them.
Yeah. And how do you scare them? You give people rights. You give them liberty. You give them free energy. You give them access to food. You give them... That scares the shit out of them because they're already outnumbered.
Yep.
And the unfortunate shit, when you guys start tying together the 13 families, you're going to learn an unfortunate truth. A large percent, I think it's like 11 of those 13 families, are of Zionist descent.
Yeah.
And
Not bad idea.
Or converted to Zionism.
or
Soon after the
married
fact.
in, or something of the sort. You know, there's people that were running for the presidency of the United States that said openly in public, that said, you do not need to be a Jew to be a Zionist. That says a lot. People don't even understand what they're hearing when they hear people say things like that. They don't understand that that is religiously prejudiced and racially charged.
Big time.
They don't understand that Zionist, it's a word no one wants to research. It's a word no one wants to know about. My last few videos that were quote-unquote pertinent, the perversion of language is going to kill us all.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody's worried about the acronym for ignorance, or this word used to represent religious burnt offerings, but this big word that starts with a Z, no one wants to talk to.
Yeah.
Either they don't understand it or they're afraid of it.
Yeah,
Yep.
and I actually
I
read
get-
something earlier. Apparently, it is illegal to research the Holocaust in the United States and Canada. And a few other countries. It
Oh.
is illegal,
That-
felony even,
No.
to research the Holocaust. The World War II
That doesn't
Holocaust.
surprise me, because people like myself, you just made her eyes go fucking wide open because I was talking about that earlier. I broke the law warning her about what it is, but you just brought forward that it's against the law for us to research the Holocaust. That means they have subvertedly, I guess would be the word for that. They have subvertedly impeded, convertedly, anyway. They've impeded the ability for us to look at our own history and revise it to see whether or not what we were taught is the truth. We were taught something as children. When we open the books ourselves and we read it, we're doing a revision of the facts. World War II revisionism is a big no-no.
Yeah.
And I'll explain it to you guys the same way I explained it to Genevieve, just so that it kind of sticks in all of our brains as to why it's important. Can you think, okay, you know the Palestinian-Israeli conflict?
Yeah.
That's Muslim against Jew, right?
Yeah.
Supposedly.
Can you think of, can you think of anybody else that had a problem with the Jews?
Germany.
Nazis.
Germany. Okay? Is there a correlation to be made here? Because if the Jews aren't that bad, why is it that in our history, in our 100-year history, or a little over 100-year history, or whatever the fuck it was, since the 1940s, why is it that since then, up until now, we already have two countries that have a problem with it?
Yeah. Well, you got to ask yourself the question: if it was a purge of, if he wanted a quote Caucasian perfect race, blonde hair, blue eyes, white skin, why weren't the African Americans targeted? Why weren't the Muslims targeted? Hell, the Muslims fought with the Nazis and praised the Nazis.
Mm-hmm.
If that was really the consensus to create a utopian world of Caucasian, of blonde-haired, blue-eyed Caucasians, why were all these other races not targeted, and why did the Muslims praise the Jews? Or not the Jews, but the Germans. I'm sorry.
No problem. And I'll tell you something. The blonde hair, blue eyes, you're correct on that. But the Caucasian, the white skin, we're wrong on that one. He did believe that a human being that had blonde hair, blue eyes was a perfect human being. And I'll tell you why.
Yeah.
He found black people. He found Aboriginal tribes. He found black people. He knew this. He found black people with blonde hair, blue eyes.
Yeah. It's a huge rarity, but it is humanly possible.
So he decided at that point blonde hair and blue eyes, because it was so rare in black people, must have been the genetic strength, the superior race, since it was found in both spectrums.
Yeah, it wasn't. And at which point it would have been like, oh, Christianity versus Judaism. Well, why is it? So, in a sense, it would have been a crusade. It would have been another, quote, Catholic crusade to purge the world of anything but what is traditionally taught in Christendom.
Yep. And it's like I was telling the boss earlier, buddy. George Bush Jr. raised a religious crusade during a time in which the sociological construct had no faith in religion.
Oh yeah, let's target the Muslims, just like we targeted the Japanese in World War II. It's like, oh, they're a threat, so let's throw them all into concentration camps. Now it's, oh, the Muslims are a threat, so let's lock them all out. You know, it's the same mentality over and over again, and I get where a lot of people are coming from. And there's truth to be had on both sides of the argument, and even the third side of the argument. What a lot of people don't understand is that there is a fine dot right in the middle of all the bullshit that says, hey, look at this. There's a common consensus here that dates back thousands and thousands of years. It's the same old bullshit that's been played on you time and time again.
So here's the raw deal. I honestly think Donald Trump knows the truth. I just know that Donald Trump doesn't want to be the next Adolf Hitler.
Yeah.
But if something should happen to an American embassy in Jerusalem, and he should so happen to make sure that the biggest nuclear device the American military holds hits that area, he's going to turn the entire country into glass.
Well,
it won't matter what side he picks.
Didn't you say a while back ago, you quoted some history, that one of Adolf Hitler's last statements was
that if the world knew what he was fighting, World War III would be declared the next day.
Yeah, that if the world knew who my enemy was, World War III would erupt in my name overnight.
Yep.
Adolf Hitler.
What's happening? That's what's happening.
So you think that Adolf Hitler and enough of the world has figured out the truth that World War III can erupt in Adolf Hitler's name?
So this is where my statement came from. And this is where, Alex Jones, you fucking little putz, you gotta hold your end of the bargain, otherwise you can't be part of the resistance, bro. What does Jesus, Adolf Hitler, and Alex Jones have in common? They are three men of Jewish descent that do not agree with the Zionist agenda. Except Alex Jones doesn't want to come out and be forcefully, fully against Zionism. If you look at his past work, he touched it, he talked about it. Maybe someone talked to him. Now he doesn't talk about it anymore.
Yeah.
I don't know.
He's very chauvinistic nowadays. I mean, I've got all these old documentaries because they're actually relevant. They actually express true, honest information. But nowadays, listening to his radio show, it's a fucking joke. It's just a chauvinistic joke.
See, I want to have Alex Jones on our broadcast. I don't want to go, well, I'll go on his broadcast if he allows it. I don't want to go on his broadcast because he'll be forced to go through his channels and his this and his that. If he comes on our broadcast, I just got to ask Genevieve and Tin Man to make sure that it's okay.
Yeah.
That's it. It's over after that.
Sure.
There's no
Any one of us,
superior.
if they want to call in Alex Jones, go right ahead. Just
I
let me
agree.
know in advance. In fact, I've got some vacation time coming up. We'll correlate this. We are not going to say when we're going to do it. We're not going to say who's going to do it. This will not be public knowledge. It may not even be anybody on this panel doing it. But I'm thinking somebody from representing TWBRN should call the Alex Jones Show, and it's going to be documented. And he's not going to fuck. And he's going to fucking flop.
Doesn't lose his shit. I'll debate him. I'll openly debate him. I'll debate him in any Canadian university in the country. Come visit me, Alex. I'll debate you anywhere.
I
in my
think-
country.
Let's take it to his own show.
I think
Let's
the
take it
reason-
to his own show and embarrass his audience. As your public relations specialist, Genevieve, I would say let's take this to his forum and address this issue and see what he does with it.
But why make it easy for him?
Pure and simple.
We
Because
go
if
in
we
his
go on
backyard,
his-
dude, he's gonna shoot us.
Well, if
Exactly,
we
he's
go
gonna
on,
turn him down.
I'm thinking if we go onto his platform, the worst that's going to happen is he's going to hang up and he's not going to address it. I mean, if we keep it professional, we keep the language barrier to a minimum, unlike
Yeah.
what freaking King Cole did, where he called him up and cussed him out and said he was going to kick his ass. I say if we open up the platform to an honest debate, because he takes callers, throw the bait out there, address the Zionist issue on his show, and I will take, and we will correlate this to where I take the day off, and I am recording this shit.
I'll take that bait. I'll push it one step further.
Yeah.
I'll make the call. I'll push it forward. And when the call goes sour, because it will, it just will. When the call goes sour, we get viewers to call him and demand that he debate me
Yeah.
and show that he's a bitch.
And not just
They
that,
have to.
if he shuts us down on his show, and then we address it publicly after the fact, he's done. He's exposed as a charlatan. Okay? Because not only did we
And then-
expose him on our platform, but we exposed him and caused him to shoot himself on his own platform.
And I don't want any dirty pool. I know the man had some hard times with his family. That's off limits.
Yeah. No.
I don't. We don't touch that.
No,
That's
we're not gonna attack his family. We're not gonna attack his business ethics or anything like that. I'm
Oh,
thinking,
business ethics
let's
are pretty
bring
good.
up the issues that he refuses to bring up. Let's investigate the real truth and
Yeah.
where InfoWars stands not only on these issues, but also the issue of making effective change in the communities around not only his local communities, but communities on a worldwide spectrum. Yeah, he reports on it. He is very chauvinistic. He's there. He's covering it. But where is he effectively making change other than spreading information, which is already being done on a global spectrum? He's already done his job in retrospect. What's the next step? Or is he dead in the fucking water? These are what I think needs to be addressed on his show. And if he can't answer those questions, he's going to hang up and he's going to lose a shit ton of subscribers. The people are going to listen to that show are going to think about it and
one
go,
thing I would
oh,
ask
fuck,
him.
these guys are right.
They'll never admit that we're right. That's wishful thinking.
Oh, they'll never admit that we're right, but InfoWars will never admit that we're right. But the people are going to listen, who are going to be listening to this, are going to go, huh, these guys brought up very good points. The InfoWar has already been won. The people have already received the information. Why isn't InfoWars
That's
taking
what-
the next step?
Well, it's because he's it's almost like he doesn't want to be like George Bush. He doesn't want to declare a victory.
And
He's
we
also
can-
taken some playbook from the MSM. For example, there was a former member of the Pussycat Dolls who admitted that she wasn't just in a group; she was in a prostitution ring, as a escort chick, and she's forced to do
Yeah.
all kinds of stuff.
Nope.
And they had her on the Alex Jones show.
Keep going. My name is Chris. I gotta take a piss. Just keep on going without me.
And Owen Schroyer
Okay.
and Virginia. And as she was about to name names, Owen Schroyer stopped her by saying, "Well, I'm gonna have to pick it right here." So, I mean, that's basically censoring somebody who has names and stuff. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
Mm-hmm.
she had names of people that used her and her group mates and stuff, and the guy stopped her from naming names. I think somebody got to the
Dude, stop thinking it. Just know it. Just know it. That's exactly what happened. Someone was threatened.
Well, if we're gonna be calling the show Alex Jones's show, it needs to be handled. The questions need to be asked in succession. Like they don't give them a chance to answer one question at a time. Like ask all the questions and then see what he does.
You're requesting ambush journalism.
Yeah, because if you give him
So
a
he gets
chance,
caught off guard, and you ask about 4 questions, and you can't answer the 4th one without answering the first 3.
exactly.
I would actually advise against that.
Yeah, I told you, it's always fun and games, but I'm a very strategic person.
Yeah, I would actually advise against that, Genevieve. Ambush journalism and ambush debating never really accomplishes anything except pissing people off, and it's not going to have the effect of desire. We have to give people the opportunity to actually answer the questions, and whether we have to give them the rope to either build a bridge or make a noose.
However, if you do the ambush journalism, what will happen? It could go that way, or what could happen is that he'll have so many questions. He'll have the 4 questions. Like John said, you know, if you can't answer the 4th question without answering the other 3. There's a couple of things that could happen. He could get angry, or if he answers those questions because he's thinking, like, what do I do? How do I answer this?
Yeah.
But if you give him the opportunity to answer one question at a time, he'll be.
He's going to hang up on the second question when it's too late.
Yeah, he'll hang up on it, or he'll end up saying, "Oh well, we're going to go to a commercial break," and he'll just.
And then never come back.
Yeah, well, you actually have the opportunity, and this is where we're all gonna correlate on this. If he does hang up, we can address the conversations and we can forward it to him publicly, because he obviously does watch our videos. He's ripped us off. He obviously does pay attention to our content.
No, I think his media relations officer does.
Yeah.
I don't think he has a role in it.
That is entirely possible, but unfortunately, with ambush journalism and ambush debating, we run the risk of looking like freaking jackasses, like evangelical Christians who just force-feed their ideology and don't give a chance for a rebuttal. It's force-feeding their ideology, and you better shut the fuck up, and nobody respects that.
All right, I hear your debate. Give me a better idea.
Shoot.
No, I told you to give it to me.
Okay, I'm thinking, give him a chance to answer one question. If he goes, okay. And if he says, if he doesn't give an answer right away, then you jump to the next question. Okay, what about this? What do you have to say about Zionism? How about this? What about the correlation between Zionism and the New World Order 1%? Okay, you can't answer that? What? Then answer me this simple question, Alex. What are you, as the leader of the information war, doing? Being that the information is obviously already out there. What are you doing to win this war and end this globalist agenda. Boom! Dead.
So your thought is appropriately formulated like one question, and then if he backs off on that, to just fucking hit him with four.
One question that can be broken. 3 questions broken down into one main final question. Boom! Rape right up your ass, Alex Jones. You are finished.
See, I'm not gonna make him stutter like that though.
Okay.
See, if you ask one appropriately formulated question and he chooses to not answer it, I don't get to drop the nuclear bomb. I don't get to drop 4 questions that everybody wants to hear. But if I appropriately formulate 4 questions and make it so that he cannot answer the 4th question without answering the first 3, he has no choice but to hang up on me and make himself look like a jackass, or answer those 4 questions. That's the difference. See, and I think ambush journalism is probably what turned us off on the idea, because it was an inappropriate assessment of what needed to be done, because the word just didn't fit what needed to be done. Without exaggerating, I don't think there's a fucking word that describes what I'm going to do to this man.
Okay, then maybe not. Maybe not presented as ambush journalism.
That might fit.
Yeah, maybe not presented as ambush journalism. Go in there saying, "Okay, I have a set of questions that I want to ask you. I'm going to ask these questions, and then you go ahead and answer them one by one."
Because what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make him discredit himself. That's what I'm going to do. You have to remember that just like Jesus and just like Adolf Hitler, he's not a stupid man.
No, he's not.
What does Alex Jones do for a living? Do we remember what his job actually is?
Information distribution.
He's studying to be a historian. He's a legit paper historian. That's what he is.
Yep.
We can't approach him like he's some putz.
No.
I guess is the biggest thing.
Out of all the documentaries, I'm gonna have to say that these 4 are the most legitimate. The Police State Trilogy, Dark Secrets Inside Bohemian Grove, and 9/11: The Road to Tyranny. Got a lot of respect for these movies. Those are what woke me up.
He's an intelligent individual.
Yeah.
In order to know your enemy, you gotta love your enemy, and when you love your enemy, you don't want to hurt your enemy. But anyway, what I'm getting at is, I'm gonna ask a historian why he is not appropriately covering acts found within history.
That is.
That's how this has to get solved.
Yeah.
I have to attack his educational credentials. You
Make him lose his shit.
I agree.
At the end of the day, InfoWars can die. His bank account's still patterned.
That's true.
I mean, I don't care if he carries on. Spread information. Have your followers. Whatever. It doesn't matter in retrospect. You know, what I want to see is whether or not he is...
in a position to make any kind of demands like that. I know you didn't make demands, but...
No,
see, I'm a gangster by nature, right? But you said, I don't care if he has... It doesn't matter if you care, bro. He's been doing it longer than us, and he was there first, and he's got a bigger following.
Yeah.
20 years.
Like I said, I don't care if he loses his following or if he keeps going. What I want to see is if he's going to be. I want to see if he can be a legitimate activist, or if he's just, or if we can expose him as a show pony. That's my only interest. I want to expose him as a true activist or a show pony.
So,
both.
I'm going to say this one out loud and publicly because we don't hide anything from anybody, but I think I know how we're going to nail him to the fucking cross.
Let's see it.
How?
Do you remember when that flood happened in the States and that church didn't open those doors?
Yeah, yeah.
Joel Osteen's church, yeah.
Yeah, it's fair to say that's a religious show pony?
Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah, dude.
What if we start drawing correlations between religious show ponies and conspiracy show ponies?
I like
nice.
where this is going.
I like that. Yeah.
The material's already there.
Instant
You don't
activist
even have to make
boner!
videos.
Oh,
That's
man.
25 minutes of Tin Man's time and a YouTube downloader.
Oh, I like that.
Hey, I've got a week off of
Hey.
work. I can have some fun.
Man, I'm gonna take a
Make
picture
the dude
tattoo that I have on my
shit
neck.
big time.
Do any of you have tattoos?
No.
Yes.
Well, yeah, a couple, but
Yeah.
I'm gonna send you a picture of my tattoos, and if you like it, it'd be awesome if you got it.
Okay.
It's have you ever seen the video game, the Hitman game?
yeah.
Yes.
You know that really awesome little, like, it looks like a little tribal logo that it has, that like you see that and you're like, oh, that comes from the Hitman game.
Mhm.
Okay. Well, I put that in the center of a diamond. Okay?
Okay.
A diamond, you guys are gonna, okay, when I was young and dumb and full of cum and 13 and shoplifting and making too much money stealing sweaters. I'm not kidding, man. I was making over $1,000 a week. It was great.
Why are
Anyway,
you describing my life?
hey, listen, you just go back in the Jack in the Box.
How the fuck did he know that?
He's like, how do you know where I live? Well, in essence, a diamond is sharp as hell, very intelligent, right?
Mhm.
Tough as fuck. I mean, nothing breaks a diamond.
Mhm.
Always a girl's best friend.
Not mine. I like sapphires, but go ahead. I can trade you.
That was always my ideology. That's what, because when we started, we didn't want to sell drugs. We didn't want to do those things.
Mhm.
But unfortunately for us, a lot of our because we were the nerds, dude. We were the nerds that were doing martial arts. We were the nerds that you just didn't pick on. You picked on us, we made you look bad at lunch recess, right? But we were like straight out nerds. And a lot of our female friends that just wouldn't date us, and dude, they were sexy as foxes, man. They wouldn't date us. It was just socially taboo for them. They found themselves in abusive relationships.
Mhm.
Well, we didn't stand for that, so we went and fucked up a few people along the way, and it's all good fun, man.
Mhm.
So like I said, Diamondbacks are always a girl's best friend. You know that flag, "Don't tread on me,"
Yeah.
just happens to be a diamondback rattlesnake on it,
Mhm.
right? Well, that was the name of it. That's what I did. We were called the Diamondbacks. I know it sounds a little bit foolish and juvenile, but that's what we used to do. And like we made a lot of money being done. Well, that brain, the brain that designed the Diamondbacks, that's what's been leading this whole time. So when people are like, "Oh, I'm gonna commit a crime," you're like, "All right, cool, bring me back what you got." That's why we got all the best information. That's how we got the backdoor to WikiLeaks when it was open. Everything. I read almost everything. I couldn't read it all. There's too fucking much of it. I read all of Canada, I read all of the United States, and I tapped the fuck out. I was like, that's my continent, I'm good. We were assholes. Both countries, both of us. Our militaries were pieces of shit, they just did shit they just shouldn't have done.
Agreed.
Both of our leaders really don't even know, both of our leaders don't know how to tell us. They don't even know how to tell us that, like, we were inappropriate on the battlefield.
Okay.
So that's like, sorry, I'm just smoking a bunch of weed now. It's going to get all kinds of peaceful up in here. But guys, at the end of the day, like Alex Jones, he put in his work, he put in his time. I don't want to remove or neglect or anything like that, anything that he has done. Just want to check him. Just want to push him back in the right track. Like, we all need that sometimes, and I would hope that it would be done to me along the way if it was a necessity. It's just he's becoming mainstream. He's losing his nerve. Without exaggerating, 2020 at the Peace Arch, Alex Jones, me and Alex Jones debating. Fuck, that might be an event, guys. We might be able to sell that. But we got 2 years. It's going to be 2018 in a few fucking days. That gives us 2 years to put it together.
Mhm.
We can go to war with
Next
them.
week.
Yeah, we can go to war with them
Birthday.
and force him to the debate table, or we could use his resources to promote the debate.
Yeah.
It's attacked on. It can be attacked on multiple angles. So we don't have to like each other's approach, but I don't want to dislike the man. You know what I mean?
And that's what that was my whole premise. You know, not necessarily. I don't care if he still has his subscribers or not. You know, the point is to make people think and progress this quote war to the next level. Whether he's the front runner or not, it's inevitably the soldiers who win the
You said
war.
entirely too. You said that's entirely too much shit. That's inappropriate to release into the universe. I'm sorry. Remember, spirit science. Control your thoughts. Never ever say the words "progress a war," bro. We're trying to defuse.
Well,
We're
okay,
trying to stop a war.
okay.
I didn't mean
Well,
to be rude.
as
I
far
didn't mean
as
to be
like
rude like
the
that. I'm sorry.
war, unfortunately, the term war has become very subjective, unfortunately, and it's a very loose leaf term, unfortunately. And you are right in that retrospect. To more properly articulate what I am trying to say, and please forgive me, ladies and gentlemen, I am drunk off my fucking ass. It is Christmas Eve. I am here by myself. So yeah, I am very fucking drunk right now. What I am trying to articulate here is the issue that we have, this New World Order agenda, in order to, quote, defuse the New World Order agenda and its negative construct in the aspect of reducing the world population of by 85%, herding everybody into compact cities, death, destruction, bad juju altogether. We are, for all intents and purposes, in a war against that. In order to stop all the bad juju that I just mentioned, we have to take the next step. We can't just sit here and be talking about it or having these pretend activists like NAFTA and Antifa and Black Lives Matter show pony in the media. Okay, we as legitimate activists and people who are wanting real positive change in the world need to up our ante a little bit. We need to take the next step in this evolution, this renaissance.
Okay, this is how you speak in every video from now on. You have to properly articulate your words like that in the future, dude. That was fucking awesome, man. I'm sorry, dude. I was listening to you. I know you're drunk, and I know for a moment there, you were just like, I really want to make sure my point is clear. I'm going to work a little harder on this one. I get it. But that's how you shoot from now on. You know what I'm saying?
I agree.
Make sure
We're
I'm
trying to
shooting
tell them that for a while.
Make sure I'm shooting the machines, right?
You know, like I felt like I was in fucking Bad Boys 2 for a second there. My whole life I was waiting for you to fucking talk like that and to represent yourself like that. And I was like, from now on, you shoot like that from now on. Dude, no ever so slightly to the left because you don't want to kill a motherfucker. You shoot just like that, bro. That's how I want you to talk. And I'm sorry that you're alone on Christmas. That's fucking horrible, bro.
It's all right.
My
You know
buddy
what?
here,
To be honest with you, we had our Christmas party over at Roger and Jeanette's last night. It was freaking awesome. Show you one of my Christmas presents that I got.
I can see through the door.
Yeah, I like that. Made me happy.
Does the cut?
Well, my dearest, I'm extremely exhausted. It's 1:30 in the morning,
You
my
do the
time.
mom thing.
Oh, good.
No, I don't have to do the mom thing. I actually fought off a tension headache today and possibly a beginning of a stroke or something like that. I don't know what it was, but my whole left side went numb, and so did my
shit.
mouth.
Don't die on us yet. You just got a promotion.
Oh, shit.
I'm not gonna die. Are you kidding me?
Okay.
I am entirely. It's not gonna be that easy to kill me. No.
Too stubborn
Sorry.
like that.
I am. I'm
John
way too
Connor
stubborn for
died.
that.
You can't kill Kate Brewster. There was no
Yeah,
prophecy
I'm
made that
too
Kate
stubborn
Brewster
for that.
will die.
Hell, I will.
So what?
No. But I have to go to bed because, yeah, the mom thing happens at about 7 in the morning.
All right. Well, you
We're
handle
gonna
your
plan an
business.
attack, and he's gonna tell you what it is, and then you're gonna have to okay it or deny it.
Okay.
Okay. And we'll go ahead and close the live feed out, and we'll go ahead and talk amongst the men will go ahead and talk amongst ourselves while our beautiful female leader gets her beauty rest.
Fear. No. We're not gonna be like that. She might be a woman, man, but she ain't no female leader. Fuck, she's a fearless leader.
She is a
Thank
fearless
you.
woman leader who could probably kick my ass.
No.
Her gender? No. Her gender is absolutely unimportant. Just because I chose it because it was a woman, because I have spiritual fucking ideological fucking belief systems there, she will not, dude. I will break the law across the border and punch you in the mouth. She will not be sold as some female leader, okay?
See what I just did there?
She is our fearless leader. You want to talk about her gender? You start it with she. She is our fearless leader. Fair?
Fair. You see what I did there? See what I did there?
Sorry.
Alright. Alright, my dearest.
Alright. Genevieve, in fact, now that you are now the official leader of the Worldwide Resistance, would you do us the honors of closing us out?
Sure. It'll be my first time, so give me a break here, okay? This has been Jen Connor with the Worldwide Resistance, and I hope you guys have a great night and have had a happy Christmas and have a good New Year.